Hello and welcome to this episode of Microchips, and today we're having a look at this ZOYI ZT-703S Oscilloscope Multimeter that I recently got off AliExpress. I've seen some other YouTubers using it, so I wanted to see whether it would be any good for repairing and aligning a CB radio. But before we start, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, join the Facebook group, buy me a coffee, join Patreon, all that lot. And now a quick word from today's video sponsor, PCBWay. PCBWay is a China Shenzhen-based PCB manufacturer and printed board assembler with more than a decade in the field of PCB prototype and fabrication. They offer a wide range of services including 3D printing, CNC machining, sheet metal fabrication and much more. PCBWay also offer a prototype PCB assembly service with component sourcing and online quote with 24-hour delivery services. PCBWay is committed to meeting all of your PCB needs. They offer quality, on-time delivery and competitive pricing. 1 to 2 layer boards start at $5 with 24-hour turnaround. Get an instant quote by visiting PCBWay.com or click on the link below to check them out. So this isn't going to be a review of this meter, it's going to be, can we use it to align a CB radio? Now I know it's not going to be laboratory grade, but could it be a budget way for somebody to have basic tools to do basic jobs with a radio? And if you want a review, there's plenty of other reviews online, go search them out, but we're just going to have a look and see how it works. So I've just got it on its calibration setting at the moment. That outputs a square wave so you can calibrate your scope probes. Let's get to it. So here we have a major M588 that we're going to be using to test this meter. So we're going to go through a couple of other alignment steps as well. So this radio's had a hard life, it's seen better days, but it's still functioning correctly. So first off, let's have a look at our 10240 crystal. We'll get that aligned, we'll get that into specification. Here we go, that'll do nicely. So the next frequency alignment we're going to do is we're going to check the 10692 and 10695. So we're on the correct test point there. That's our 10695. Nice and close. And there's our 10692. We'll try and get it as close as possible, but these controls are very twitchy, so we'll just get it as close as we can. So now we're on the VCO voltage test point, and we're just comparing the 2 meters, and they're not that far apart really. They're still showing 4.48 volts, but the Fluke's showing 4843 and the ZOYI is showing 4849. So it's not too bad, to be honest. It's like 0.6, 0.7 of a volt out. Well, it's not even point, it's 0.007 of a volt out. So yeah, that's fine, it's good enough. It still shows the 3 digits anyway, so that's fine. So now we're going to use the oscilloscope part to adjust the coil from the doubler, which is part of the service manual, or should we say the alignment procedure, is to peak this coil. So yeah, seems to be fine. Yeah, no problem, does that absolutely fine. There's a close-up of it. Yeah, it's everything you'd expect from a basic digital scope. So yeah, no problems there. Now we're going to have a go at the FM discriminator and detector. So what we need to do is feed a tone in on FM and monitor it to speaker and peak these coils. So there's our output from our speaker, and you can see we adjust the discriminator coils and we can get a nice sine wave out of it. Okay, so no problem with that. It can do that, no problem. Yep, no issues there at all. So that was my setup. Just got a dummy load across the speaker and attached the scope to it. So, very good. And there's a tone you can hear coming from the speaker itself. So yeah. And now the final test is the SSB two-tone. I was having a bit of trouble with the trigger on it, trying to get the picture stable. But I think it's kind of okay. It does show the correct two-tone waveform, and when you alter the balance you can see it moving as you would expect. So yeah. You can freeze it as well, and then you can zoom in or zoom out and inspect the waveform. Yeah, okay, that's nice. And I believe you can take screenshots of this as well. And that was my setup for that, just a scope probe on the antenna. So now we're going to have a go at the carrier balance. So we've just got a dummy mic into transmit, and we need to get this as low as possible. So you can see, altering the carrier balance, we need to get this as low as we can. There's hardly anything there, so that's perfectly acceptable. Okay, very nice. So, is this a worthwhile tool for repairing and aligning a CB radio if you're on a budget? Yeah, I reckon so. I reckon it does everything you need it to do. You know, it's not laboratory grade, but what do you expect for £60–70, whatever it costs? So I think for a basic piece of kit, yeah, I'm happy with it. It does what it says. Anyway, if you got any comments, don't forget to comment below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, join the Facebook group, join Patreon, buy me a coffee, have a look at my website. Hope this video's been useful, and we'll see you in the next episode.